What's up, everyone? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Build the Empire podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and I, we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
Frank G, I've been getting the same message now for months, and now that I've been posting and giving little teasers, I suppose, of just my comeback to social, I'm getting these messages more, and frankly, they're interesting. They keep having the same type message, which is asking if I'm okay and where I've been at. And, we've been still consistent with the show, although we haven't had an episode in 2 weeks because we were out
a little travel
in Tampa. Tampa was nice area. But the sentiments is quite nice to hear, but at the same time, a little confusing. People are asking if I'm okay.
Well, I think people take social media very seriously nowadays, or at least to them, they're always looking every day. So maybe to them, you were posting a lot. So they're like, way to go. I think people take breaks from social media. Sometimes they even post about it, a break from all this.
Essentially, that's what I guess I did do. I took a break a couple of months ago when, my job gave me an enormous workload in which I'm still trying to maintain. Along with a female friend, along with just life and trying to visit all these spots and journeys. Social media took a little bit of a back road, which is fine.
Well, I guess in this scenario, something most likely will, right? If you have all these routines, all these hobbies or whatever, typically when you get a girl, you spend time with her. If you want to see the world, you're traveling, more work.
So that is another part of it, is that this journey of legacy and building a mass community of supportive, kind, loving individuals, that takes a shit ton of work. And the work involved is habit forming.
Yeah, habits. I mean, consistency creates habits.
So to create 10 pieces of content of thoughtfulness, after months, the habits also wore off, which 2022, the focus has to realign and get back to, what the overall goal is. And I don't think it's bad to take a break mentally, physically,
of course not,
for anything, for 3, 6, 9 months, 1 year, if you need to.
Well, the only thing yeah, of course. I mean, take a break as long as you need to, as long as it's a healthy break. But you can't, most people can't take a break from all work. I mean, if you're like 9 to 5 is stressing you.
Nah, you can't take a break from your 9 to 5.
You got to take a vacation, use that PTO.
Yeah, you can't. Nah, when it comes to your money, you should always have your money right.
Yes. I mean, imagine someone, most of our people just quit their job because I guess at least they got their mind right enough not to. Knowing you kind of can't, you got to support yourself.
Well, then that's tricky.
Well, it's a struggle, right? Because now you're battling it.
Yeah, if you hate your job so much where it makes you utterly anxious and all around negative, you got to leave the job.
You got to get out of there.
But I mean, within 3 months, you should be back on your feet. You should have another job. You should have something popping off.
Yeah, I mean, and I would always say, try and find that before you leave. Sometimes not possible, I guess.
Sometimes it's just not possible. I also don't think I was always against, even at the age of 17, 18, when you graduate high school, everyone's like, I want that break, that semester break, that year break before I start college.
Most parents are like, no, absolutely not. Most parents are like worried about that break.
It wasn't even a thought in my head to me.
Yeah, because you just want to
prolong,
keep it rolling, get it over,
get it over with. I want to make money and then go through, I guess, the struggles of the early 20s. So I wish I had my button, my although this doesn't relate to ESPN at all. I created a ruckus on a Instagram post the other day.
Oh, back at it.
Yeah.
Comes with posted. We're more active now. What happened?
Yeah. So someone wrote how it's more difficult or almost impossible for a bank to give a 10K business loan to a recipient, but yet they'll give a 100K college loan to a 17-year-old student. Now, I'm the minority here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Subsequently, it's ironic that I give out $50 million worth of business loans per year.
Yeah. Well, you're also not a bank.
I am kind of a bank.
Well, yeah,
I'm not the guy to this. I'm not the underwriter, the one who decides how much. I'm the sales guy, right? I'm telling.
Well, your business is technically a middleman to a bank.
No, I am the bank.
You are the bank.
Middleman work for me, who I manage.
Okay.
But I am the bank. We give out the money ourselves. We are the lender. We are the lender. Yes. So I was arguing that it's a safer bet to give a 17-year-old a college loan than it is to give an entrepreneur 10K.
You were saying it's safer, or that's what they're saying?
I'm saying it is. They're anti what I'm saying. They're saying give the guy 10K to start up a business as opposed to 100K to a student.
So you're saying it's more risky to the entrepreneur paying to 10K, the
lender.
Yeah. That the entrepreneur will not pay, or that his business will fail in 10K.
So if we know the stats that 8 out of 10 businesses fail, and if we know not even the graduation rate, but we know that the 17-year-old who takes out the college loan eventually is going to get a job being a plumber or a union worker or something, and he still has to pay that loan off in order to get his car, his house, and all that shit.
Well, yeah, he's got to. I mean, yeah, you make payments sometimes a year after you grad. Yeah. But you could, I guess, you get a little break, right, till you get a job and you start paying.
But so, what is a better risk assessment for the lender? You give 100K to this college student that you know is going to get a job and that has to pay you, otherwise their credit's fucked, or 10K to this motivated, hopeful, proven, executed entrepreneur 10K. To me, it's obvious who you give money to if you're the lender.
Well, by giving 100K to the lender, I mean, they're also making way more interest.
Well, let's just do the math, right? I mean, and you can, in my business. But
what about student loan forgiveness too? Like, isn't there ways out of things like this?
I don't know. We're not political, but I do believe there's a ruckus that was.
There's a ruckus.
Yeah, that was just eliminated, shot. Like, no. Like Biden just canceled that, which.
Oh yeah, he said he would. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, which infuriated. It was like a week ago, which infuriated people because that was a big. I mean, look, everyone's gonna lie to everyone. All right, get over it. That's why, like, realistically,
that's pretty big though. But
celebrities and musicians, and they're almost more responsible in communities.
Being transparent.
Yeah.
I mean, also, and you have a lot of them on social media as well.
Very strange. Kim K was like a mile away from us 3 days ago.
I just don't understand it. Yeah, one of my friends was there and he had it on his story, posted a video like that his premiere of Spider-Man was interrupted by Kim K, Pete Davidson. She comes in by herself with bodyguards all around her, and then Pete Davidson like jogs in like 20 seconds later. It was very strange.
Would you know it's her if she is masked up without bodyguards? I would have no idea.
I would probably think she's just some attractive woman with a mask on.
You wouldn't even know she's attractive from her face.
I mean, she probably leggings. She would have nice hair though.
She definitely would probably have nice hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do find that pretty wild that our childhood movie theater is populated by one of the most, essentially America's royal family.
Kind of crazy, yeah. And the atrium. Pete Davidson from Staten Island, I guess.
And he lives here with a condo. Like, it's wild.
So you think she went back to the crib after Seeing
Boy, she went back
Spider-Man.
to the crib. Where did she go back to her crib in LA?
I don't know. To me, it's just crazy. Man, but I guess they got
She's like, all
bodyguards
right,
out
we're gonna go to Bay Street now. Like, and for those who have no idea the logistics of Staten Island, Bay Street is not too far where Wu-Tang grew up.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
where I would imagine Pete Davidson lives.
I thought it was like St. George, to be honest.
I mean, Bay Street's pretty much St.
Yeah,
George,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's definitely.
That was interesting to see, though. I guess a little LA action, paparazzi in Staten Island. I don't know when that
Yeah,
happened.
interesting tangent. But I'm telling you, man, if you know 8 out of 10 people are not going to pay you 10K back, and you know one college kid's going to pay you 100K back, it's just,
It's also a much longer return, right?
yeah.
100K to a student is 30 to 40 years.
Even if it's not 100K, because 100K is based on 4 years, which means they're proven that they're, going year over year, right? They're passing semesters. Otherwise, they're not going to keep getting
Oh yeah, they
loans, right?
Yeah. Well, you could pass. That's the thing, though. You get this loan, and you're in school, and we've talked about this. You change your major. You don't like what you're doing. Now you change your major again. Now you graduated with a major that you're like, I don't know. I guess I got to go back to school.
So that was an argument someone posed.
Well, it's definitely more stressful, I think, to pay the 100K if you're not happy after graduating.
It's stressful to pay any of it, I suppose. Well, yeah, it's more stressful to pay the 100K, but you have to pay the 100K. Otherwise, you cannot move on with your life. The 10K entrepreneur, he's just probably go into the workforce, get a job, and then rent.
Well, to be honest, I think people are looking at it from a psychological level, potentially, that an entrepreneur, like you said, a hustler, someone motivated, someone who's probably, well, maybe have started a business. They just look at them as a positive person with that kid trying to make money. And then they look at a student as a student, a young kid.
I get it. One dude I was arguing back and forth with, and then eventually I told him, ironically, I am a lender. I, give out 50 million in business loans, and I am for the opposition. I would give out, it's a safer bet to give it to the college kid, I believe. I believe our default rate, I think, is like 10, 15%. So you're talking about 50 million. They write off probably 3 to 5 million.
At the end of the year, you're saying?
Yeah, like 3 to 5 million is not being paid back, recouped. Now, granted, the 50 million, they may make, 80 million on the 50 million, or like 70 million. So they can write off 5 million and still have the profit. But like, that's still pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there has to be a statistic, though, out there. Like, this is probably an answerable question. Like, how many college students have failed to pay back loans, or like or what,
I just don't think they don't pay it back. They don't pay it
back. Well, then why wouldn't the $10,000 be paid back by the entrepreneur? That would also fuck his credit. It's not. It's the same thing. It's just that's why there's credit checks.
Because the entrepreneur is not showcasing proof of validity, where the student has, like, if I get this, I will get this. The entrepreneur is like, if you get me this, I think I can get you this, if that makes any sense at all.
Well,
if the student doesn't work out, particularly in college, he will find another job elsewhere in sales, in mechanics, in union trade. So he will have to pay back that loan. That entrepreneur is not proving that he can find. He's showing that he wants to be an entrepreneur. If he fails, then what?
He goes to the next. That's what people are thinking. He's got his next idea, his next business, or then, to be honest, go get your 9 to 5. You got to. Why would you take out 10K if you completely fail? You can't pay it back. Either way, it's just a negative situation on your credit. But apparently, the most recent stat, $1.71 trillion in total U.S. student loan debt is kind of crazy, but that makes sense. So like, yeah, you're right. They clearly give it out to these students very easily. It's already a thing. It's already a thing. Like you're a student, you pretty much can get a loan.
Well, that becomes more of a institutional government issue that like seems to be a monopoly. That because
Colleges.
yeah, because like a college doesn't have to be $30K
Crazy.
a year.
Yeah, we spent at our time when we graduated, it was probably around 5-6 a semester, 5,000-6,000.
It was less than my high school.
Yeah, I didn't do none of that private high school. I don't think I'd enjoy being in a uniform, to be honest.
You know, I was with a bunch of 12-year-olds last night.
All right.
For my nephew.
Waiting for the explanation. Okay,
yeah,
nephew's birthday.
Yeah. They asked me what's my most embarrassing time in high school.
Oh man, why do you get asked now?
Because
I feel like you've had to tell this story multiple times in your life because people have asked you this question.
Well, what is it?
You want me to say it?
I mean, sure.
When you shit your pants?
Definitely a time I shit my pants.
Of course I know what
and I tell you, wearing a uniform in that moment is not the best.
Oh my god. Like a belt on?
Yeah, I was wearing beige pants, white shirt, shoes. And let me tell you something. You could sure see the shit stains.
Oh no, I was gonna say. Probably leak it out the bottom. Yeah, no, that definitely. I'm sure you topped all their most embarrassing moments. Or they ain't even in high school yet.
They're not even in high school.
12 years old. Yeah, are they preparing themselves? Like, what could potentially be the most embarrassing moment?
I don't know. I mean, my little nephew's 10 years old. He's already got like a legit bona fide girlfriend.
At how old?
10.
There's no way. Does both parents approve of this? Like both parties are parents?
Yes, my sister has her come over and they're like legit boyfriend girlfriend.
Way.
And yo, what's even crazier is she's like Princess like New York or some shit, and she hangs out with like fucking Miss like whoever won the Miss like America or whatever, the second place, she like hangs out with her. So like
his girlfriend.
Yeah. So my
She's
sister
also
finds
10?
it. No, that Miss America, whatever. I'm sure it's like 25. Or
I thought you
18.
were talking about like
but she's like,
pageants.
I guess in like this beauty pageant. Yeah, but she's in the game and she is like she's like top of the line for I guess 10 years old. But like she knows like the top people.
Well, yeah, she's in that. If she's in it and doing well, I guess she knows.
Yeah,
those people.
but like
also just very interesting.
Yeah. My sister's telling me though that she's out here talking about my nephew to like someone who almost been Miss America. Like that's quite funny actually.
It's really setting this kid's standards pretty high.
He sure is. He sure is. My sister's telling me was like he was on the phone all night. It's like, yo, what are you on the phone for? He's like, it's my 5-month anniversary.
Oh my god. Yo, 4 months? 5 months. I'm to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little surprised that, but there's no way they condone them kissing, not even kissing. Like you kiss on the cheek.
With son, I don't know how it works. They kiss though.
Yeah.
At least he tells me they kiss.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if they're dating, I guess really getting younger. I feel like when I got out of high school and college, and then people started dating younger and younger, or having sex younger and younger. I'm like, the fuck.
I mean, I don't
know
it
starts at 10.
Yet.
I know, I'm not saying that, but if they're dating at 10, they're having sex at 12, 13.
Well, I remember hearing some crazy stories. Me personally, I lost my virginity at like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, mine's 17. Late bloomer.
I always thought though that when you caught a beach, it was like losing virginity. I was like a very big advocate that like once
I'm not a virgin.
Yeah, I was like, once you stick your piece in the girl's mouth,
Oh my
or a mouth.
god. Or a mouth. For everyone out there.
Whatever you prefer. I feel like you're losing
No,
virginity there.
no. It's
And
not.
then I realized that, you know what, like it is two different things.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I just thought that like if you're exposed doing some sort of sexual
But
act.
a hand job, like a hand job, I had
I
sex.
don't know, man. There's no insertion with that. There's no
Insertion.
insertion.
Oh man.
Just no insertion.
Oh, I don't even know what to say. That's hilarious though.
Yeah, man. So tell you what I started doing last week. Tuesday I started back up.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I started taking guitar lessons.
Oh, you back in it?
Back in the guitar.
I was gonna, yeah. I was gonna say 2021 is
Yeah, I was gonna start the
11
show
days.
with what I got my board right here, and it's interesting. A year passed, and it's like what did you accomplish and what you wanted to. Um, I always say too, you put measurements on it, but you can't put a timetable
There's
on
no,
shit.
well, no, yeah, that's you can't. I mean, you set a goal for the year, but it's not a goal that ends after the year.
But I would say my goal list is probably 40% complete.
Yeah, I mean, I also have goal. I mean, I also put some things to just try out on mine. So, um, start streaming on Twitch. That's not happening.
Yeah, I had like create a course, and
Well, I have photography, and then I read my books. I mean, I'm on 8, but that's
yeah,
probably not going to get complete, but that's fine.
I fell short of 6.
Yeah, 10 was definitely a stretch, and it is what it is. But
I had 20 interviews. Now I didn't count up how many interviews we've done, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's very close.
it's double digits.
It's definitely double digits.
I also cooked a good amount, so that's a good. I mean, Spanish had a good 3 months, and to be honest, lost my tutor, and it was pretty difficult after that.
I would imagine learning a language without your tutor would be difficult.
Yeah, I tried doing it on an app, Duolingo, which is a great app to be honest, but you need to interact. So
Mind telling us and sharing the story of how you lost your Spanish teacher?
well, she's also a Spanish teacher, going to school at the same time, who also now has a boyfriend, I believe, and obviously busy. So if she's got to drop one things like you had to drop social media, she dropped a Spanish student.
To be honest, I think if you were a ugly Spanish student
No.
paying her, I think
No,
she would
no.
continue.
No. We were. That's definitely not true. She's. I don't think that relationship's like that. To be honest,
Did you or did you not
stop it.
have? Is it? All right. All right.
I'm trying to keep it clean over here.
I mean, I hear you, kid. I trying to make it clear for the public. That's it. That's it. I'm just saying. I'm sure if I paid her and wanted her to give me Spanish lessons, she may be available.
I'm sure I could also reach out and offer money, and they'd be probably respoken about. To be honest, another goal that would be a hobby, that potential, but I would need a keyboard. That would be cool. Learn a little piano, keyboard action, but it's also noisy. I guess so is guitar.
I mean, depends how fucking hard
Yeah,
you want
crazy.
to jam. I mean,
Trying to jam out.
Also, piano, you get a keyboard, you put a headset in there, you just
Yeah,
hear it
that's
in your
true.
headset.
That is true. Yeah. Well, I guess you also could do that with your amp and guitar.
You can. So
that's irrelevant. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
I guess
that won't be one of the reasons why I do not get it. Just so all of you know.
Yeah, it just sounds like you just don't want to.
No, I do want to get it, but obviously I got to invest in that.
Well, the guitar was I did it for 6 months and then I fell off. And now it was just bothering me, man. You look at it,
Yeah.
you watch content.
Well, you
It's not
could
like the passion was gone, just
the time, but you also probably looked at it where you were like, damn, I wish I didn't stop. So like, and you
well,
kept thinking, I'm picking it up and picking it up. So you did.
yeah. Well, bro, it's not the time. It's the practicing, the repetition. I mean, it's like going to the gym. You
It's the
plateau.
hobby you got it. Well, you get stuff. Yeah.
Well, you plateau. You can't. I
Well, you got to
mean,
change something if you plateau. So obviously, then you change maybe the how long you practice, what you practice.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's where a teacher comes in. But then it's also paying the ass to pay a teacher $50 a week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
It's not a bad gig, 50, but if you got a nice clientele.
well, I'm pretty happy for him. He came to me when we started. His dream was like to open up a school, entrepreneurial mindset, I suppose. That's what he did. He actually opened
Yeah.
up a school. He
Oh
bought
wow,
he
I remember that story. That's awesome.
he bought a spot in Tomville. He's like painting it up. He's gonna start it in 2022. He's asked me like tax questions. I'm like, bro, I got audited. Like, I don't know. I can't help you with these.
I
And
guess the bank had no problem giving him a loan then.
you don't really need a loan. I
For
mean,
opening a school.
well,
Well, I
a
don't know what
school
he did.
like
It's a build.
curriculum.
Yeah. Well,
You
how
buy rent. He's paying 1,500 a month.
that's not bad at all. How big is it?
Nah, I don't know, but I mean, I asked a few questions myself. He's like, look, man, I teach. He's like, I teach 10 private lessons on the side for $50.
On
That's
top of
like
this.
on top of like him being a teacher without like stealing his clientele
Oh, because he's a teacher in a real career in like
in a real school.
in like a education. Okay.
Yeah. So
So he bounced from that and now he's opening his own thing, or it's doing
yeah,
I mean, good for him, man. That's probably a dream.
yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm definitely could be wrong. You'll never become crazy rich, but like you making a living off doing something you
Love to do.
absolutely love
Yeah,
is
you're
fucking better
smiling.
than being rich, rich.
Yeah, you're
You're
smiling every
rich.
day.
You are
Yeah,
rich.
yeah, it is rich. That's wealth. That's wealth in itself. You know, everyone's definition is different. That is certainly something we all, well, at least I would like. Love what you do.
Yeah, I tell you what though, man, I get super tight when he comes. Cause this motherfucker just shred and do everything you want to do.
Oh yeah.
And you just sitting here like with these just maneuvering like
You just
fucking
feel like they don't work, right? It's just
yeah,
hard.
man.
It's
It
hard.
just also before we end the show, there's something that's been bothering me the last like few days.
All right, what's that?
When did everyone become crazy Spider-Man fans?
Um, well, I think Marvel in itself. Well, I think Spider-Man's one of the most popular superheroes ever.
Okay, when I was Spider-Man, like every year for Halloween,
Everyone's now Spider-Man after that. So you just caught the wave quick. Before, I feel like everyone's Spider-Man.
now,
Yeah.
people
In
are
the
wearing the
last
costume
couple
in the
years.
streets. They're wearing the costume to the movies.
To the movies, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, apparently there's new movies, 10 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody's saying it's one of the
Yeah,
it
broke
ties
box
it all
office
together.
records. Yeah,
So,
which
I
I
mean,
don't, which I'm confused because I don't follow the series, but I thought he died, so I'm just
that's why it
right.
was
Like
left unanswered. So, like, yeah, apparently this ties it together. I haven't seen it. I'm most likely going to check it out tomorrow with my boy John and James. Shout it out. It's going to be a good day off, relaxing before the holidays.
you work.
I'm working hard. I just got back from Cali actually. After we landed from Tampa, I probably slept in my bed 2 hours and then hopped on another plane. And I tell you, I drove like 380 miles throughout California because nothing is close. Nothing.
LA sucks, right?
If you ever have to get to the LA airport, just be ready to be LAX. Just be ready for traffic.
LA's whack, right?
No, it's not whack, to be honest. It's definitely not whack. I like the vibes. I like it's not New York, but it's
nowhere near New York.
but it's also different. It's kind of still like, I don't know. The streets remind me of like Florida. They're so wide. There's palm trees. Except when I was there, it was raining. And it never rains. 7 inches of rain in 3 days.
Probably like all the rain in the year.
Legit, dude. I was probably close to a record in like recent years.
I forgot what I read or heard, but LA weather is one of like the 5 spots in the world that like has that weather.
Yeah, and apparently San Diego, as everyone said when I was there, that it has the perfect weather. And to be honest, when I was there, it is the only time it wasn't raining, and it was beautiful. To be honest, San Diego was a great vibe.
The only thing sketchy with that to me is Tijuana is not too far.
Mexico is like 30 minutes away, I feel like.
Yeah, but Tijuana is like the most
Yeah.
dangerous place in the
Yeah.
world.
I'm sure I mean, I'm sure you get all characters strolling through everywhere.
I got a love for Mexico.
Love
Now,
Mexico.
granted, I hated Mexico for
I always loved Mexico.
quite a bit until I guess we had a bunch of titties in the ocean and I liked it. But yeah, Tijuana though, it just don't sound right.
I mean, the word itself kind of does sound right. Tijuana.
That's because you sounds like you know how to speak fucking Spanish.
No, I'm just saying it sounds like a place you may want to go to, but you don't.
I ain't trying to go to Tijuana.
Well, I mean, that's not on the list then. But you're heading out soon, no? You going somewhere else?
I am going to Puerto Rico in 2 weeks. It's actually kind of crazy. Puerto Rico,
Another
weeks.
escape of the New York weather. Should be nice over there.
Yeah, it should be. All I care about is my spa day, to be honest. That's all I give a fuck about.
Spa day, because you ain't going to the beach. Spa day is always nice, man. It's always nice.
Yeah, it's the best, except it's fucking like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, typically you go to all inclusive, you already spend like, I don't know, 1,400, and then
this shit ain't even all inclusive.
Do they even have that in Puerto Rico? Probably, well, maybe they probably do somewhere.
I don't know. I just hope this shit ain't fucking expensive. In fact, eat
the street food. You probably pay like $1.
I ain't trying to go to fucking San Juan. I've been to San Juan, Colombia.
Colombia.
I think so. I think when we went to Costa Rica, we flew in San Juan, Colombia. Yeah, I think you fly into Colombia and then you drive all the way down to Costa Rica.
To be honest, I can't quote you, so.
But I will say, I did try, because as you just recently bought a jewelry purchase, man, I was like this close to buying a Rolex the other day. It was a ladies' presidential until I called up my boy.
Ladies' presidential?
Yeah, because a ladies' presidential, it was like 10 racks.
What'd your boy say?
My boy's like, you don't want a ladies' presidential. I'm like, bro, how do you know if it's a lady's watch or a man's watch? It's no big deal.
Oh, man.
And then he FaceTimed me and he put his girl's Rolex like on his thumb. It was mad tiny.
Also, I mean, because of the value of Rolex, right? I feel like everyone would know that if you're into Rolex.
I mean,
or at least when you're selling it, be like it's a ladies' presidential.
It's just the size of the bezel. But if I have a small wrist, then the size of the bezel is irrelevant. Whether it's 40 or 36, that's all it is. It's the size.
So it looks nothing of it at all.
No,
looks feminine.
No, and Rolex is like the only fucking watch company that even has male and female. It's a fucking watch.
No, what do you? I mean, I know companies have male and what do you? I mean, it's unisex. You're saying?
Oh yeah, a lot of watches normally are unisex.
Oh, I mean,
and if they're not unisex, they're based on one aspect, the fucking size.
Yeah, well, that depends on the company. So if you're saying Rolex is like that, then all right. But I mean, Ferragamo, you clearly are buying. If you buy a ladies' watch, most of the time you're gonna know it's gonna have like a pink exotic band or like something.
No, you're talking about for Rolex, for example, presidential. It's just a gold watch.
Yeah.
You ain't knowing if it. I'm
not. Well, the band size probably got to be a little thinner, no? It's also instead of it being,
it's just smaller, but it's still going to be a Jubilee band, which is so nice. But if I have a tiny ass hand and a tiny ass wrist,
Is
and a
that what you're
medium sized
saying?
penis,
Do you have a
uh, oh,
tiny ass hand and tiny ass with medium ass feet?
well, well, I throw it in there
Oh
because
man, funny.
I,
Couldn't even ask you anything.
that's because everyone's mind is going somewhere next. It's like, oh, what's the penis size? I tell you,
I
it's
wasn't going
fine,
there.
thank you.
I'm glad it's fine, kid. Well, it seems like your boy steered you out of it because of the size.
Huh,
So
ironic, right?
so
Look, man, I don't know. I'm also trying to buy a house soon. I'm losing all my money in fucking
the market.
NFTs and fucking markets and crypto and a bunch of shit. I need to chill. I'm trying to buy a house. What's December?
It's December 20th right now.
I say definitely 100% by June. We'll be getting drunk in
100%.
my crib. Yeah, 100%.
All right. June, we getting drunk in the crib.
Maybe even sooner, bro. If there was houses now that were on the market,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're setting a timeline of potential openings and things that are appealing to you from now till June, which is a while because you're kind of ready.
Yeah, but like there literally is no houses available. Like you could go like townhouses for sale in Matawan, New Jersey, and there is not
Nothing.
one
Yeah.
listing. So even if I am ready to buy right now, I cannot. So I'm hoping, assuming after this winter break. After this winter break, it's done deal, man. Go right to the bank after all the snow is over. And then I'm at my own podcasting room, kid. Just bang.
Little man cave, little podcast room, little smoking station.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to get Harry.
Harry?
Yeah.
You name your bong already or something?
You know what? It just came to me.
Harry what, kid? Just Harry?
Harry Bonger.
Harry Bonger. I really thought you had nothing, and then you said that, man. That's great. Harry Bonger.
You thought I had nothing? Fuck
I thought you made that name on the top of your head just now because it was just Harry. I'm like, this kid really name is Bong Harry. Harry Bonger. All right. I like that one. That's funny.
All right. Well, Fuzzy Winners is out for the day.
Trippy Falls is out as well. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you next week. Peace and love.